Righty. Intel is absolutely cooking. I wanted to show you what I got going on. So I placed a pretty large trade on Intel. I would say a couple days ago. Actually, when did I go buy it? So we're sitting at 43.98. We're up 60K, 65K on the day. $56K on the day. We just closed out on some pretty large ones. I have to see where I can see my actual account, but I'm debating going back into Intel, depending on how this looks. We'll see how this goes. My thesis with Intel has been, listen, it's been a dog, but at the end of the day, NVIDIA just bought it. It's almost like it's been 20 years, right? Like this company has been down so significantly that with a little bit of momentum, the entire market cap of this changes. Like this is sitting at $100 billion market cap, $200 billion market cap. In my opinion, Intel is the only. I mean, I'm not totally, I would say, technical focused, but when you just talk about chip manufacturers, it's got to be one of the winners. I mean, like it's either NVIDIA can only produce so many chips, which means that it has to go out to the other manufacturers. Now, the other manufacturer, which is like what SMCI, like let's go, let's buy some. Let's buy some 75 contracts. Bid ask spread is 90. 100. Let's see. Let's wait here. Let's wait. I mean, it's up 10% already. I already closed out at 42 and 43. But this is a catalyst. I mean, we're seeing Intel really pick up here. I mean, I had, let's see where I can show. Yeah, we're gonna sit tight for now. I mean, listen, it's gonna have a pullback, right? Like I'm not even doing TA. I mean, like if we want to do TA, we'll like maybe around 42 or something. But this is like a substantial shift. I mean, what I was looking for Intel was this move. I thought it happened on the 5th, but it didn't. It pulled back, and I bought around right here. And that's really what it's been about recently. Let's see what I can do here. I'll try to pull it up. So I mean, the combination of Intel buying this, and I believe that was at the end of the year, it's up 16% on the week. I mean, we're cooking here. In my opinion, this has an immense amount of upside over the course of the year. I mean, we're talking, maybe 5x, especially with your playing options. I mean, right here is the breaking point. I mean, we haven't been at this point in years, in about 2 years, January 2024. So we're literally just seeing a movement of the stock. And when we talk about large manufacturers, that's what Intel is of chips. Now they had some issues with performance of chips, but these guys were the biggest ones back in the day. I mean, 2000, obviously .com bubble, but after the US government, kind of backed it in August, I don't really see how Intel loses. And it's really kind of like one of the last companies, maybe not the last company, that haven't done crazy amount of research, but one of the last companies that I would say is available on the market that isn't at all-time highs or 10x all-time highs. So it really has quite a lot of room to grow. And once they kind of go into this 70, I mean, once they have the ability to go and issue out to the market to then go and drive their growth, I think there's substantial gains that the company can have. So they were talking about going into gaming chips, which obviously the GPUs or just NVIDIA has been quite a maker in that space, and why they have so much compute. But I mean, we're really moving here. Now I'm curious where we're going to end up today with Intel, but generally speaking, I'm pretty bullish. I mean, the way that I play these stocks, just given, if you don't have, large wealth, options are what I play to work with these stocks. And usually what I do is I try to find an area where it's looking like it's going to break out. We had several different large catalysts here, and that kind of spoke to it. Now we're nearly at price discovery in quite some time. So I wouldn't be surprised if this pulls back a little bit, but this should be the catalyst or one of the catalysts to really propel Intel going forward. This is really kind of the next step here for the company, in my opinion. Let's just take a look. And listen, I'm not the best day trader, but I will say, when it comes to momentum, especially within this AI space, who knows what's going to happen. Now, we didn't enter into a trade here, but I just want to show you next time I place one of the trades. I mean, listen, this position was for end of week, and I thought the move would come. It did. But, a lot of these times you'll be sitting on a pretty short-term option, and you just got to take the profit when it comes. So I closed out around 42, 43. It's kind of sitting there now. Let's take a look. See where I actually closed. Going through investing. There's a couple other ones that I find as some really big upsides. Like Figure Technologies is one of those blockchain startups that I find is extremely lucrative. Let's just see. I haven't used Robinhood too aggressively on laptop, and usually I just trade on my phone. Let's take a look if I can grab 43. If it comes down, it's up 9% right now. I mean, it's a little heated. If it comes down to around 42, I think I'll re-enter. I mean, this is insane. I mean, 9% move on the day is pretty wild. Now they did just up their price target to 50, or one of the new, or one of one of the funds that report on this, up their price target to 50. I've seen, I mean, this stock specifically, it's almost like it's a dog. So it's going to take some time for it to go through, the people that have been holding for 20 years and they want to take their profits, and good on them, right? They've been holding for that long. But eventually, they gotta be weeded out. So we're staying at 43.68. We're gonna pull together. Tick by tick. I forget which. All right, I guess Robin and Legend should be able to do it. I mean, this isn't going to stop, though. I mean, even the market itself, there's just really no reason. There's really, really no reason, in my opinion. So let's go to market hours. There we go. Let's go 10 minutes. Great. Let's go by one tick. One tick is pretty slow. It's really 1 minute. Robinhood's interface on desktop is pretty good. I haven't really used it a whole lot. Let's see if we can do. Market shares, dollars. Yeah, we want to go directly to options. So what I typically do is do short-term options. And then we go from there. Yeah, today, nice $56,000 gain. If I could show, I haven't used, again, this is kind of a new option for me here on. We're just going to sit here for a little bit. I mean, it's definitely heated, right? So we got to see where this comes down to. I mean, it was sitting at 35 before. And I've seen over the past, I've been looking at this since August. It flew up. Intel flew up by about 100%. I think it went to about 35, and then it came down to 30, and then it went up to 40, and then it came down to 30 again. So yeah, it went down to 32, and then it came back up to 43, came down. I mean, we're making higher lows. So it's really just about position sizing and entry. And in my opinion, the when you're not trading with large amounts of cash, and this is just kind of my day trading portfolio, like it does make sense to do shorter term options and just see how it works. Now you have to be able to lose the money. Like there's 100%. You're going to be sweating. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But my overall like, especially with these momentum trades, like what I found is these things have been incredibly, like once they start going, especially with this AI crowd, once something starts moving, it doesn't stop. So the idea is like Intel kind of had this crab walk, which is expected, right? Like we're not going to see, like we saw some consolidation here, especially between 39 and 34. So these were great options to grab, but in general, we're on. I mean, this is the time. This is the time to hop in. If you're looking at a short term, I mean, I think these were the kind of the areas where you go long term, but now we're in momentum based. So, and I'm sure that the guys that trade a lot or trade off, though I'm probably using the wrong terms. I just trade off of theses and relative valuations. I mean, that's pretty much what I do. And then whenever we hit momentum, like I shorted Circle and at 290, and I shorted that every day. Why? Because a whole host of reasons. Okay, I'm liking the layout here. Let's get some options here. 43. I like do same. We'll do 100 options. Good for the day. 97. Split the difference. All right, we'll go up. I mean, if it's moving like this. Okay, we're filled. We're in. Okay. Selected options. Okay. Now, I'd love to be able to see my options position on this. Let's try doing it. Listen, again, I've closed out my main position, so this is really, my main position. I closed out around 43, unfortunately. But if it's going to continue going, it's going to continue going. I mean, the price target is 50. So if that's where these we're going, I mean that's where we're going to go. Buying power, investing. All right, so we're down 10%. Let's see. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up at around 44 today. We'll see how this goes. I might even DCA in. I mean, if this comes back, this is going to be a rip and roar. across. Let's see where this ends up. It's definitely looking like it might break the resistance at 33.60. We'll see. We got in at 95 average costs. So definitely could come down. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, this is one of the biggest moves Intel has had in quite some time. Now, if it doesn't stop, I mean, we could see even a bigger move. I mean, we're right at the cusp of price discovery for Intel in years. So, I mean, this is certainly an event-based trade. I mean, I wouldn't typically go into these trades unless this was kind of the environment. And NVIDIA continues to climb. So, I mean, this is really the overall thesis behind it. It looks like it's holding steady at 43.70. I mean, if that's the case, it's going to be like this is that's extremely bullish if it holds here. That's why we're in this kind of inflection point. Let's up our position a little bit. I mean, this is .9. Oh, nice. Wide open. 100.95. If you order, submit. Still getting used to this. This interface. Let me try to get that back. 0.95. Hopefully we can get back in here. Give it a second. All right, we're going to go in for 9. 6. Okay. Sometimes with these like high volatility ones where you have to kind of price a little bit higher because you're just not going to get filled, which can be a pain. So let's see where we go. Let's see where we end up. Again, this is a breakout to see if we go beyond 44. It's possible that it's possible it doesn't. It's possible it doesn't, but we gotta be at least within the upside here. I mean, this is a serious and violent move upwards for Intel. It seems to be bouncing off that 90. Off that 70 wick. Again, if we come back to price discovery here, I mean, this would be insane. It's looking like it's breaking through. $43.65. So this is where it's been. Where it's been. Probably should have waited to DCA in, but you know, such is life. We'll see where the bottom is here. Eight, 2. It should fill. Let's try it. Slowly DCA in. And we'll find the bottom. I still think this is going to continue to go back up. So on the day, I mean, this is a big day. It needs to find its bottom, but generally speaking, this is a big day for Intel. Huge day for Intel. I think over time too, over time, Intel is one of those things where, it's got to take, it's going to take time for people who have been in this position, who have been in Intel for 20 years to get out of the position, right? So just taking a look. So like the volatility on the stock is going to be high. It's going to be, I mean, it's going to be high over the year. I mean, I think it's going to do well. I do think it's going to be highly volatile because the people that have been holding, I mean, maybe they won't, maybe they will hold, but I do think that there's at some point there's going to be, moves like this where you have pretty substantial pullbacks because of how the company has performed. But overall, like these moves, these days are the days that you wanna be involved, right? So you got to be patient to find your opening, your entry. I mean, I got in at about 39, took profit around here, and we're sitting at 43.70. I think that there's potential to go back up and go into price discovery. Again, this is a very, very big time in terms of price movement for the stock. I mean, we're kind of entering into that period where this can really just take off. We're still down a little bit on the position. Some good consolidation happening, although it does look like it's slightly breaking down. Still up 9% of the day. So we got to be pretty. We're going to be happy with this. We're going to be happy with the day regardless. But it would be great just to get that little bounce back. I mean, eventually this is going to find its bottom. It's going to come back up. But people have been playing this for a while, waiting for this move. So we got to be careful. It's already very heated. We're going to kind of sit tight on this position for now. I mean, overall, if it breaks down, it's going to go, I mean, probably 42, 43. With a move like this, though, I mean, it certainly has potential to bounce back pretty aggressively. So we're going to sit tight on the position for now. There we go. A little bounce back. I mean, you really need to get this to come up to the moving average here. overall, though, I mean, the shorts are getting absolutely crushed today. Crushed. I think it's gonna be hard to short the stock. I think it's gonna be with the growth projections of what's going on. I mean, this is like, I'm telling you, I think this is a stock of 2026. Let's take a look really quickly on how Bitcoin is doing. Market's up 8%. Bitcoin's doing well. It's at what, 91. I mean, it was trying to break past 94. No, it's looking good. Let's go back here. We might have to cut our losses. I mean, overall, it was an extremely positive day for us. So, trying to get that last little bit, call it what you may. $45, $43. I don't think this is the time to close. We're going to go in a little bit more. Again, we're waiting for quite a bottom to hit. Let's see where NVIDIA is at. NVIDIA has a little bit of a pullback, but it's still up percent of the market. 180, 189. A little bit of a pullback, but I mean, it did hit 191, so let's take a look at some stacks while we're seeing this go back and forth here. This one's an interesting one where XAI and Anthropic leading the charge here. I mean, a lot of people are bullish on Anthropic. I think that's a good one. The pre-stocks assets are amazing. I think this is really kind of a change to how we do finance. Implied valuation right now of Anthropic is $432 billion. I mean, that doesn't show you what the market is betting on. That's what it is. It looks like they're saying it's quite beyond XAI, which Anthropic obviously has been a little bit more heavy on the coding side of things, which has really revolutionized how things are moving. OpenAI 662 billion. I mean, I hear more people canceling than I do hearing them use it. So I'm curious at what their long-term goals are here. But overall, XAI and Anthropic are going. And there were rumors of SpaceX IPOing at 1.5 trillion. But, according to this, we're at 1.1. I wouldn't be surprised if this comes back up at some point. But let's see, these are the most recent. Let's go to 4 hour. Seeing some good calls here. I mean, obviously these are, high risk assets, but certainly doing well. See how the stocks are doing. AI ecosystem. This one has been doing incredibly well. It's a little bit volatile, but generally very bullish on this. Created by Zero. It's a combination of AI-based tokens and then stocks as well. CLED is kind of dragging it down a good bit, which is interesting. XAI again leading the charge on that stack. HP1 has also been doing incredibly well. Vcash, interesting. All right, we're having a little bit of a pullback or a move upwards on Intel. This one's up 74%. Wow, incredible. It's up 74% on the day. Well done. Well done. Well done, sir. I'll be back. I have to go to the bathroom. Watch my portfolio for me. We're not doing terrible. It's coming back a good bit. Average cost is 91, so. Leaderboard today. We're going to keep this going until I close out this position. we have some fantastic P&Ls. Yep. That's one I've seen for some time. We'll see. We'll see how this one works out. Let's go back. See how our Intel position is doing. It's coming back a good bit. It needs to kind of hit an inflection point here. We essentially need to get to 43.77 or 80 for us to kind of come back to above break even, which I think is possible. I do think this is. I'm looking at just like the simulated returns. So yeah, we come back up to 43.80, we'll be in the black. Again, this is really about momentum. So taking profits obviously is, we're going to see that, but I mean, this is an inflection point, and we'll see how this moves. Let's see. Continuing to see where this goes. We have about a 15% or 12% move that we need to get to this. It's looking pretty decent though. Curious how the markets are today in terms of on-chain. ETH sitting at 3,100. Solana doing well. Expect that to continue. Hype is getting there, but we'll see overall how that comes out to play. Continue to hold on the position. Really needed to break the trend here in order for it to continue. It's looking pretty decent. There you go. Good little movement here. Good movement, good movement. Again, we do need to go pretty much back up to 43.80 for us to really move here. Let's see. We need to in. Grabbed it. There you go. Again, we need this to kind of come above, hit the 75 mark here. It looks like we're fighting for it, which I'm excited about. Let's just see what actually, like, it was a partnership with Intel, partnership with NVIDIA, which was really the catalyst behind this. I mean, $5 billion of stock. Yeah, I mean, again, this is a retail stock. We get momentum. It's game over. It's game over. I'm just talking about narrative, strictly a narrative play. If you look at the narrative here, the narrative the narrative is for 2 years we sat and or for 20 years you sat with a company, you didn't really your marks. It's almost like Boeing. Boeing is another one where they're the real domestic plane manufacturer in the United States. At this point, because it's a very similar narrative feel. Boeing has not really been able to get back into. Really haven't been part of it. Also, is not part of like this more the value orientation with respect to AI is just absurd. So, things having momentum, and it's at 230. I think it's going to be, Boeing's going to have a harder time with momentum, and I think there will be a time. I mean, it's looking pretty nice since the middle of November. I think there will be a time where Boeing comes into play, where manufacturing comes into play, and whether or not that time is today, it's a good question. They also need to keep themselves out of the headlines and just continue to work. I mean, this is like, come on, guys, what are we doing? So I picked this up around 140 in April, sold it around 200. I think this is one of those where as AI cools, manufacturing will start kind of picking up pace. But another one that, has potential to go multiple X's, in my opinion. Guys that, it's taking some time for them to recover from what happened to them. Very similar to Intel. I mean, they just haven't been able to hit their numbers. So let's see. Having a nice run here. Didn't get a great position in terms of pricing. Should have been a little bit more patient with it, but generally happy to be in it. Needs to really break past this 43.70 mark. For us to, have some gains here. We might not hit this too. You're not going to hit every trade, but we'll try. This is more of a scalp, if you will, scalp trade. Trying to get back into that momentum. It's it's not that far off all-time high, but I was surprised that it went to 44.50, and that was pretty intense. That's an intense rise. So, to the extent that this might take some time to recover, that's possible. Probably close if it hits probably 70 cents in the call option. We'll close this out. We'll wait for the next trade. And right now it looks pretty decent in terms of not getting to that level, but we're going to continue to monitor it. At the end of the day, this is about surviving and moving to the next trade. But generally, it's looking like it's getting a floor around 43.50. I mean, you say that we're on second ticks here, so that could go up or down very quickly. But it's exciting. overall, we need it to go to 43.80 to really have some juice to it. Yeah, we're looking like we're probably going to hit that 70, which is fine. I mean, listen, we went for the scalp. We tried it out. We're up about 50K on the day. Very happy with how today went. We're at 43, 44. We're at 70. We'll give it a second. Wait, normally what I do when we hit our kind of our, we'll give it a second to go either bounce back or, go back down a little further. I typically, I should use stop losses, but I don't typically. So we'll likely close out this position. Anyways, guys, I'm excited. Today was a good day in terms of overall trading and just thesis wise. Intel is obviously one of those that I'm bullish on. So it's good to see you guys. We'll end the stream here. And we'll probably keep this position open a little bit longer just to see how this performs. But yeah, I'll see you guys at another time. Bye-bye.